all your vitamins and minerals. This is what's going to help your body fight off disease. This is why eating the rainbow is so important. If all you ever eat is broccoli, then you're missing out on all kinds of micronutrients. So you really, eating the rainbow, eating a wide variety of fruits and vegetables is important. So don't get stuck on the same vegetable week in, week out. You can lose weight that way, but you're not overall going to be as healthy. So we're not just looking at your weight. We want you to be healthy and have all your organs nourished and get your body all the vitamins and minerals that it needs. Because you'll be okay for a little while, and then when you get old, your body kind of gets tired of trying to compensate for things you've been lacking for years, and you're going to not age as well. So it's important to eat the rainbow, wide variety. And it's okay if you eat the same thing 3 days in a row. I'm not talking about every single day, but in general, you want to have a wide variety. I tend to get on a kick where I eat the same thing for 3 days in a row, but then I'll switch it up. What should your meals look like, and how do we reshape our plate? I'm going to show you a picture next. But hydration, we've talked about, extremely important. You want to cut out the sugary drinks. I think most of you probably have. I think there's probably some people that still do the Diet Cokes or whatever. You want to try to get rid of that or use it as a treat occasionally, but it shouldn't be a staple of hydration in your diet. You're better off to drink water. If you get tired of water, you can always put a fruit wedge in there, cucumber, basil, lemon, lime, strawberries, lots of fun things you can put in your water to make it taste good. Potato cuts, potatoes in your water.
I'm asking for John.
For a friend.
He likes the flavored seltzer waters.
Those are great.
So the seltzer doesn't add a
No.
negative. Okay.
As long as it's not sweetened artificially. Like LaCroix, the bubbly's great.
Yeah.
Probably soda like Zevia or something.
That's okay. You want to not have that be your
Well, I don't
primary.
drink it, but
Yeah.
if I wanted to have,
Stevia, and there's a slide in here that talks about artificial.
I think it's called Zevia.
Yeah, Zevia is a soda that's sweetened with stevia. And stevia is a better option for artificial sweetener. It's natural. Lean cuts of meat. And be careful when you're cooking your meat what kind of added fats you're using. Dairy products can add saturated fat and calories to your diet. You want to load up on whole foods. You guys eat the rainbow. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store. Fresh fruits and vegetables. Frozen is great too. It's nice to have in a pinch when you didn't get to the grocery store. You might have a bag of cauliflower rice or broccoli that you can grab. So frozen vegetables are good too, but try to stick with whole foods. Sugar, we talked about. I think there's another slide in here about sugar. We'll talk about the different types of artificial sweeteners you can use. And avoid the processed junk. That's where the trans fat is. That's the easy stuff. When you go too long without eating and you're starving, that's the kind of stuff you grab. You want to stay away from that stuff. No packaged foods. There are some things that are acceptable, but you want to read the labels. If there's things in there you can't pronounce or you don't know what it is, Google it. See what that is. You'll probably realize you don't need to be eating it. And there are tricky things that they do to disguise sugar. Dextrose is sugar. I think there's something in here about that too. All right, next. So this is what we want your plate to look like. And my feelings wouldn't be hurt if you had even more vegetables on your plate and a better variety of vegetables. But half your plate is going to be non-starchy vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, spinach, Brussels sprouts, green beans, what else? Tomatoes, asparagus. Yes, half your plate. You guys, that's a lot of vegetables. You're going to have to make an effort to get that many vegetables, but half of your plate is going to be vegetables. A quarter of your plate will be protein, and the other quarter of your plate will be a grain, a starchier vegetable, like a potato, a small portion of rice, quinoa, things like that. Cauliflower rice goes on the big side, not the little side. That's still a non-starchy vegetable. So you could even mix in a little bit of regular rice in with your cauliflower rice. Makes it better. Yes.
Is that varying based off your goals? Like the...
No.
Are you trying to gain weight?
No.
You're
Yeah.
all in the room.
You're just gonna eat more of all of it.
Okay.
You still want half your plate to be vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll just eat more protein and more fat and more starchy carbs. But you're still gonna eat half your plate as vegetables. Interpreting your meal plan, we're gonna talk about this more when you get your meal plan at our pre-challenge meeting when you get weighed and measured. But your meal plan is meant to be a guide. It is going to have your name on the front of it. It's generated based on your weight, male or female, and it's not meant to be the Holy Bible. You do not have to follow it to the T. If you want to substitute a meal here and there, if you want to substitute a vegetable, if you don't like Brussels sprouts or you don't like asparagus, you can substitute. You have a food options list in your pamphlet. You can use that if you're trying to figure out what to substitute. It's meant to be a guide. It's meant to show you what a day looks like. You know, if I eat, some people know how to eat a healthy breakfast and maybe a lunch, but they're torn about snacks, or they do well at the beginning of the day and then dinner they kind of fall apart. So it's meant to show you what a good, balanced overall day looks like, what a week looks like, what a month looks like. It's also going to have recipes. You'll have a hyperlink in your app. You'll be able to pull up your meal plan, click on the recipe. It's going to be right there. So you'll have recipes to go off of. And you'll see a pattern throughout, so it is nice it helps you meal prep, it helps you plan. And if you want to substitute a meal here, it's okay, totally fine. You can print out that meal plan and you can put an X on something and say, nope, I'm going to have shredded chicken that night, or whatever. It just helps you plan and visualize what your days, your weeks, your month looks like. And you will see patterns of things that will repeat, and it's meant to be a guide. You don't have to follow it to the T. And there is only 4 weeks to that meal plan. This challenge is 6 weeks. If you want to repeat 2 weeks at the end, great. If you want to take the training wheels off and do it on your own, awesome. And you probably, if you got the app, you probably already got that link to the recipes. Those recipes are broken down: breakfast, lunch, dinner, sides, vegetarian recipes, and snack recipes. You can use anything on there. Those are created by a dietitian, and they're all healthy, well-balanced recipes. The other thing is, if you
And
use...
they're easy.
They are
Those
easy.
of us who are not really
And that's the
familiar with
thing,
the
you
issue,
guys.
they're easy.
When you start cooking with real food, it really is simple, and that's something I meant to say at the beginning. I was never a cook. And once I got into the healthy eating, I got obsessed with all these healthy recipes because I was amazed at what you could do with very little ingredients and that it still tastes good. So
And it's not scary, like when you say, oh, things that don't have a package, because there's one called pulled chicken, it's the first one that I did, and it had like a jar of salsa. I didn't have to make my own salsa because I wasn't going to do that. I would have just shut it down. And a jar of, a jar of roasted red peppers and a packet of low sodium taco seasoning. So it's not like you have to go make all this stuff and put frozen chicken breasts and a couple other things in a crock pot.
yeah.
Even I can do that.
Yeah.
But watch the video too that comes with it, because sometimes they're a little different. It's like, ooh, they put that in with that.
That's another thing we
It's kind
have
of a guide.
learned, and why I tell you the meal plan is a guide. Do not get hung up on the minute little details. I think you said one of the videos, the recipe called for 1.5 pounds of chicken, and then in the written recipe it said 1.25 pounds chicken, or vice versa.
And one of them says cinnamon and one didn't, and I watched the
You,
video. and I was
like,
shut
if
up.
you really have a question, you don't know what to do, by all means,
Yeah.
ask me. But use some common sense,
Yeah.
and it's okay. You're not gonna ruin the recipe
Right.
if want
Make it
things
different next
altered
time.
a little bit, yeah. And then, you know, you might make something and realize that would have been really good with mushrooms in it or something. Feel free to add or substitute things that you like or don't like in any of those recipes.
And the recipes are in MyFitnessPal. When you go to log your food, they're already in there. So I can put pulled chicken, HSN.
Yes.
Yes. So if you haven't used MyFitnessPal, you can scan everything. You can also put pulled chicken and look for the one that says HSN, and it's already there. So you're not having to create a meal.
You just type in HSN pulled chicken.
On the MyFitnessPal side.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother slide.
I love
in
it too,
here.
because then you can see
No,
your
I'm being
nutrients.
extremely sarcastic.
Oh, I loved it. I didn't
I
use the other
hate
ones.
fitness pal, I hate fast food, but